My next one I'm going to talk about is a film that just came out. It's Amsterdam, and this is billed as a drama comedy. It's the latest from David O. Russell. If you remember, he did American Hustle, Silver Linings Playbook, some other films. This stars Christian Bale, Taylor Swift. We got Margot Robbie. Dang, I didn't even notice Taylor Swift, yo. She was in there. John David Washington, Anya Taylor-Joy, Robert De Niro, Rami Malek, Mike Myers, Timothy Oliphant, Chris Rock, Zoe Saldana, Matthias Schoenaerts, Michael Shannon, Andrea Riseborough, Sean Avery, Alessandro Nivola, and I think those are most of our mains. It's got a lot of people. I will say this. Let's get into this. Set in the 1930s, it follows three friends who witness a murder, become suspects themselves, and uncover one of the most outrageous plots in American history. It's a solid film. I was, entertained throughout it. I think the critics are being a little bit too harsh on it. But at the same time, it's one of these films where it's telling a story. Everyone does a great job, but it still feels a little bit empty. You know what I'm saying? They're doing a good enough job telling the story, but also there's not a lot of things in here that particularly stand out a lot, man. And I think what we're seeing here lately, I saw an article written about kind of this trend where we stack these casts in a lot of these films, and what ends up happening is you end up with a film with a lot of great pieces. It's like you got a chessboard with all the pieces, but you're not using the knight how he's supposed to be used. You're trying to make moves with the pawn that you can't make, and it ends up coming out just a little bit flat. I feel like this was a film that had a few sequences of it that I really liked a lot. But then a lot of just exposition and, moment-to-moment plot stuff that just fell rather flat. And you look at this cast that I announced, this is a crazy cast, man. But then you've got A-list stars doing bit parts, which is like, that'd be cool if that was, going to be the angle, but they're not playing it like that. Like, oh, this is just a fun cameo. Like even, Chris Rock is in here and he's not really adding, I chuckled one time when he spoke, but then the rest of the time he was there when he spoke, it was just like, could have got anyone to do this, man. And this, and we're looking at, issues, with you're going to raise your budget, man. The more people you're adding into this. So it's almost like, it's just eye candy, that I don't think ultimately adds to the film. There is one aspect of it that I didn't appreciate, the length. So we're looking at 2 hours and about 14 minutes. Let's just say 210, 209. You take away the credits, and I think this probably could have been told in an hour and 45, and still came across effectively for what it had to tell, but ultimately it just feels a little bit flat. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of these critics are, harping on, that I'm seeing now. They're really dogging it out, but also I think this is just an average middle of the road film, man. Something that, if we're doing a 5-star rating system, this is sitting in the 2.5, range, and it kind of sucks because maybe if it had took another pass in editing, or maybe you hired someone to punch up the comedy aspects, because it is a drama, kind of a mystery. There's a conspiracy that they're trying to uncover, and it does have comedic beats, and they're not punched up enough. I don't feel like, to like, it's a film. It's directed well, it's shot well, it's acted well, but it doesn't have that oomph, that makes it something that I feel like you would go back, watch every other year or something. But like, oh, I want to watch, Amsterdam. Had fun with that. And there's films that have done this type of thing and just have done it better, recently.
Yeah, something like a Tarrant. Like I was telling you earlier, David O. Russell is kind of hit or miss like director for me. I really like Three Kings. I really like Silver Linings Playbook.
Three Kings was great. If this could have been directed with that kind of fun and personality and taking the changes that they did in that film, then I think this would have been better. But he plays it straight.
But and then at the same time, I like I just wonder if like somebody like the Coen's brothers or somebody like did this film. Well, it'd probably be well better directed.
Yeah, I think it would have been a much better result, coming out of this film.
Because Tarantino, like the Coen brothers and Tarantino, they could have a bunch of stars in films and they could be playing small parts, but you love every minute of the film when you're seeing all this.
I think this film, it was actually based on kind of a true conspiracy in a way. Just based on the end of the film, there's a part that they show like a real live news clip and also side by side with De Niro's character. And I'm like, dang, so that was a real, at least that part of it, so that character was a real person. But I think, everything else is fictionalized, but it's weird, man. It's almost kind of like just like, it's not like I wanted to walk in hating it. I definitely had high hopes when Bob brought the trailer up and announced the cast. And I was like, yo, that sounds crazy.
The first trailer actually looked good, But like, I was like wanting to see it, but I've heard so many bad things about it, so I can't really go and not without anything being spoiled to me. It's I'm coming in with a negative vibe already. So,
but I definitely decided to take it in for what it was, and I made my own mind out of it. And like I said, man, I didn't go in wanting to hate it. I just let it unfold before me, and it was what it was. I think I probably had a better reaction to it than I did Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh, really? You didn't? Okay.
Yeah, I think so, man. But it is what it is, man. And like I said, it's not. I don't think it's as horrible. It's not like things are done bad or whatever. It just doesn't have that like that urgency, man. I'll tell you who I did really like in this though. When I recognized him, I was like, is that fucking Michael Myers? Like, he was having fun. I did like also what De Niro brought to the table too, man. I thought, he was interesting. Our main people, they're competent, but then again, like I said, I think it all boils down to the script itself and some of the dialogue choices, because everyone's bringing their A game, but somehow it still just feels a little bit flat,